So, should be crazy.
Yeah.
Not that direction.
Behind them?
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Oh.
My
Zenris.
goodness. What happened? Such thick malevolence. I feel sick. Malevolence of this impossible magnitude can only mean one thing.
Now tell us.
Born far too early by the looks of it. Poor mother and child. Neither of you deserved this.
Oh.
Perhaps this too is fate.
Nope, still Tails.
That child's human. Are we not all the same when we first breathe this air? Save for the vessel we chance into?
But a child born so premature won't last but a few months.
Probably so.
Zenris!
Muse! My goodness! What happened here?
I'm afraid there's no time to explain. We have to seal off the malevolence before it drifts into Elysia. Who's that child?
Who's that Pokemon?
Celine's? Could it be she was with child?
In order to contain Mount Tellus within this land, you would be the sacrifice to seal the path to Elysia? But Mount Tellus is using the land itself as his vessel. Even if we can trap him here, it would be no more than empty consolation.
I understand, but even so, this is something that we humans have brought upon ourselves.
And the shepherd?
I take it that the shepherd has finally fallen?
That may be so, but fate has blessed us with a thread of hope.
Yoink!
You don't mean to say you will raise these children to become the shepherd and his sub-lord?
For a human and a seraph child raised together, anything is possible. However, it all depends on these children. I humbly accept your two small beacons of hope.
Gramps!
Zenris, I have not the words to thank you. Farewell, my dearest child. Mikleo.
Hold, please. The game appears to have crashed.
Boy Mickey was refashioned into a seraph.
So I was a sacrifice.
You can cry if you want.
Why would I cry? I'm surprised, to be sure, but I'm not sad. And now we know where Mount Tellus is. Now the only thing left is our answer.
Right.
So does this mean we've found it?
Found.
I know now what path I want to take. Though I'm not sure that counts as an answer.
Very well then. Let's consult with Maven once more. Hey, where'd he go?
Just a little while ago, he was activating the hidden powers of this monolith. He's probably still around here somewhere.
You're right. Let's go look for him.
Well then, skit.
Save.
Yeah.
What a sad turn of affairs. There was more to it than just Heldalf and the shepherd Michael. So many factors converged to bring about that disaster.
What happened in that village was so ghastly. You can sort of see how Michael finally came to do what he did. But still, No one except maybe his closest friends ought to buy "I was in the depths of my despair" as an excuse.
Right. The actions he took that day changed the fates of millions.
That's true. It was his thoughtless curse of eternal solitude that paved the way for Kittybeard to become the Lord of Calamity. Without the curse,
What do you know?
old
Another
Sourpuss
shepherd
never would've
creates
hated
the Lord
world
of
so much.
Calamity.
Never would have wanted it to turn into a world of hellions.
You can't blame the people of Highlander Rollins for seeing him as a monster. But I get the sense that deep down, in his own misguided way, he just wants to bring peace to his country.
Some of the blame, too, has to go to the former shepherd for keeping secret the fact that he'd spirited Mountellus away. Because
Yeah.
of that, folks who didn't know the true situation wound up desecrating the shrine and causing Mountellus to transform into a Hellion.
That's right. If they'd only talked about it more openly, there might have been better understanding and cooperation.
It also looks like the former shepherd didn't really trust anyone other than his own flesh and blood. To those who believed in the shepherd, I can think of no greater wound.
True enough. He may have genuinely wanted every one of them to be happy. But if he never shared this desire with anyone, then...
Regardless of Michael's circumstances, it doesn't change the fact that what Heldelf did was unspeakably cruel. That he would toss strangers to the wolves just to further his own interests.
Why did we suddenly change
None
the
of this
way
comes
that we're
down to
pronouncing
black and white.
Heldelf?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Maven told us just to feel and experience what had happened. We'll go tell him what we felt.
Yes, apparently Heldolf is Heldelf now. Thanks,
Yeah.
Rose. It's right up there with Uriah Lee and Steno.
Yeah. So
I wasn't paying attention when we fought, you know...
The first
When
one?
we fought the first one to see if they pronounce it like Medwesa.
Ah.
Some bullshit.
So are we going to Maven or are we attempting to deviate?
No, I think we're going to Maven.
Okay, you're not gonna try to teleport?
To where?
I thought you wanted to go to Glaven Basin, but
Yeah, that's the plot in a little while.
okay, yeah.
Got to deal with this first.
Yep, wasn't sure if we were putting it off or not.
You're back.
No, I'm
What are
Saray.
you doing here?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure the monolith doesn't get damaged. Your thoughts?
The monolith is in the other
No one
room.
involved was fully in
That's the
wrong,
point.
But no one was really right either. That's how it felt to me.
A useful understanding to reach. Now, your answer.
Nice repeat patch on your
Saray.
shirt.
Let us hear your answer to this.
My answer is I want to save Heldolf. The shepherd's job doesn't just boil down to quell the Lord of Calamity, or even clean up the previous shepherd's mistakes. When malevolence consumes seraphim and turns them into hellions, we save them. Yet when it brings misfortune and grief to humans, we say they only have themselves to blame. It doesn't seem fair.
So that is your answer.
Dunno if it counts as one.
There are humans out there just like Heldolf. He just happened to play one part in a cascade of terrible events.
I'm not gonna say you shouldn't sympathize with him, but I will say it would strike me as bizarre to completely let him off the hook for the horrors he brought to such a peaceful village. And what he's trying to do now is still messed up, right?
Absolutely. It's wrong, period, and I will stop it.
But even so, you would save this man?
If I won't save humans like Heldolf, who've had Hellionhood thrust upon them, I'll never see humans and Seraphim live in peace.
Guess that checks out.
I see. So then you...
Really are an idiot.
Yep. Saray is Saray, and we love him for it.
That's right. He couldn't be anyone else even if he tried.
So, Mr. Teller, that what you were looking for? For such a man, ending his loneliness would be the sole path to salvation. Do you understand what that means?
Taking his life, I would expect.
Saray, can you carry that burden with you?
Indeed. That, even more than your answer, is the crucial matter.
Right. What's important now is whether you truly will not waver. Or rather, whether you truly believe in your answer and are willing to accept its repercussions.
No matter what happens, And no matter what cost.
Sure.
Wait, are you asking him to prove his determination in battle?
Put bluntly,
I guess.
Oh,
In order to
Maven.
defeat one who has been abandoned
Poor,
in
dumb,
time, the
stupid
bonds of
Maven.
strength must be severed. Show me how that is done.
Defeat the one who has been abandoned in time. You can't be talking about...
How to sever the bonds of strength.
So eternal loneliness is a curse, you say? Makes sense now.
Old man,
Now then, show me! Don't hold back! I certainly won't!
But even if there is a way to sever the bonds of strength,
And if we were to actually use it,
then what would happen to you?
Do you see why it is you waver? Settle this, Shepherd!
Do not let Maven's conviction go to waste.
Yeah. Might as well just Mystic Art. Nope, you got it.
What I want to see is not a mere display of strength.
so you really are immortal?
You understand by now, don't you, the way to defeat me?
yes. Turn my friends into attacks with wills of their own, and use those attacks to pierce through the bonds of strength.
What Dazzle said he did.
Then why aren't you doing it? I'm not a Hellion. Even if you make use of that means, your friends will not be consumed with malevolence. You won't admit it. After all, to demonstrate that method upon me is tacit acknowledgement that it is your only option withheld off as well.
But Maven, isn't there any other way at all?
No. Even Lila's power is not enough to purify one as consumed with malevolence as he is. You should know that.
Saray. Rose.
If you weigh lives on scales, you will falter at the crucial moment. All the more so if it is your friends' lives in question. But if you do waver, and your wavering leads you to a faulty answer, you may never recover. In this way does virtue become vice.
But if you will die for the answer you truly believe in, even failure will not stop you from rising again. What you should fear is not failure, but rather that fear itself will compromise your belief in your answer.
Lila.
Now then, Saray.
If you intend to make this a farce, then I shall end it. Show me, not just with words, but with the spirit of belief. I shall end it. Luminous Saber! It is a damn shame, Lila. Unfortunately, it looks like they still don't understand. So, it was all for naught.
No, just a little bit more. Even when they resented their own helplessness, even when they grieved for a fallen comrade, even when evil schemed to lead them astray, Saray and his companions have pushed ever on, never losing themselves. Knowing fear, but not malevolence, they came all this way to stand here together.
Is that what you call standing these days?
Also, we're missing 2 Seraphs, but whatever.
You're really something.
No, we left them at home, apparently.
I don't like having regrets, and I don't like giving them to other people either. Don't you forget it.
Saray, Rose, you paralyzed or something? Going up against Hellions is already life or death. It shouldn't be new to you.
Edna. Zavid.
It's just as they said, Rose. Saray, do you remember what I told you? Back at Lady Lake?
No.
Which
I didn't
thing?
come all this way just to be a liability. I said it before. Do I need to say it again?
You just did,
No.
but...
If the shepherd Saray truly believes in his answer, then surely may he bring an end to the Age of Chaos.
Then show us. Show us your answer.
Saray!
Everyone.
You have good friends, lad.
Darn right. Let's go!
Come at me!
Wow. Okay. It says water armatized, so
So it does.
yeah. Steel Micleo. Armatized. What does LB do?
Maven!
Oh.
This is my answer!
Old man!
Maven,
I don't. Yeah.
Good answer. He fell down.
Huh.
I thought I could hold out until you finished it, but
Maven?
Oh, I'm so sorry it came to this.
Lila, your
You're
sleeve
an
is
idiot,
clipping.
It's okay.
you're not wrong. But I have no regrets.
What's going on? What are you saying?
Come on!
It's because I violated the taboo.
If the user breaks the terms of the oath, the special powers granted by the oath likewise vanish.
You should have told us.
Please, do not blame Lila. She merely did what she believed was right for all of you. And it was my decision to make as well.
I believe too. In my answer. And in my friends. And for their sake, I will not waver in what must be done. So there will be no regrets.
It is time to say our farewells.
I promise. I'll never forget what you've told me, Maven. And I'll teach it to others as well.
Saray, you've... Never did I imagine I would die with others by my side.